like to party, party, party all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home. Party, party, we like to party, party, party all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode 93 Ball Talk Pod, here to recap the Thunder's 120-107 victory in Game 2 in the first round of the playoffs over the Phoenix Suns. That was a lot of words. Tonight, I'm joined, as always, by Christopher.
Hello.
And we got a bonus host tonight.
Bonus!
Bonus.
Chris, how about you introduce our host?
It is the one, the only, Jack Osborne. Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
club, brother.
Thank you. It's an honor to be around two distinguished gentlemen like yourself.
Jack, how long have you wanted to be a part of Ball Talk? Is this a
You know,
live
I've-
stream kind of thing?
He still does it. He never said he wanted to.
He's like,
I'm
it's past my
forcing him to do
bedtime. These
this.
boys won't let me go to bed.
Yeah. Listen. Tonight was I've always, there's always been a, motivation behind it. You guys are just dedicated to the vibe. I've always wanted to be a part of it. I just never had the drive and the motivation like you two distinguished gentlemen. So
Well, for those that don't
I'm
remember,
I'm always an honored guest.
Jack was a part of one of our most listened to podcasts, the preview for the Western Conference semifinals against the Nuggets last year. Jack, before we get into the game, give us an update. What are your thoughts on the non-mustard Shea shoes?
Listen,
Do you have a name for him?
it's been a year since that podcast. It's been a lot of, emotional and basketball growth for me. And I can happily say they're still the mustards, but I love those shoes I can't see. I call those the camo shoes. I cannot see him because that man, he's just in hiding when he goes in the corner and he has that pullback J. He's in hiding. He wears those shoes so they can't see him and he gets away with it. Bang.
Are you talking about the camo ones or the dark blue
Yeah, I'm gonna
ones he's
buy
wearing
those.
today?
I'm
So
gonna
you're buying
buy
the camos?
I mean,
They're
yeah,
pretty sweet. Okay.
I support it.
I'm not going to wear
Leave a
them.
comment if you want Jack to buy a pair of the Shea.
I'm gonna comment
Yeah,
9
if
times.
this stream gets, how many likes do you guys normally get?
listens.
If it gets 2 likes,
I think it's
How many
too, like,
views do you guys normally get?
like 1,000.
Really? Like,
Like
no,
20 or
not
30.
even close.
okay, if we double our views when those go live, I'm pulling trig.
Pulling the trick. Okay. You heard it here first. Tell your friends. We got to get Jack these shoes. It's a major thing.
Yeah,
Ben and I both have Shays, so Jack needs a pair.
but I want
Yes.
the ones you can't see. Call me John Cena.
I
But
think you
people
can
can't
get
see
them.
how slow you run.
Exactly. Well, gentlemen, let's get into this game. Started out kind of slow. Jack, how was Doris Burke on the call tonight?
Listen, I don't like Doris Burke. I think I was watching the game with some buddies tonight in Miami, and I mean, I was just remembering it's crazy how much she flips from, loving Shea to hating Shea. I mean, she was the biggest Shea hater. And then when Dylan Brooks had that foul in the corner and Dort came over and got a technical foul, I mean, Doris Burke is over there. Oh, Shea did nothing. I mean, pick a side and stay with it. And
Have the
go from there.
balls, Doris Burke, to pick a side.
Like, if you're going to have that comment about the French and the Germans hating each other, live with that line. Because if you own it, that's funny. You know what I mean? But if you
Agreed.
keep flopping back and forth, that's not for me. But she's great at her job. Love what she does.
we
I
never
just
talk
want her to
about a
commit.
woman's job.
I love what she does. She's great at her.
It's like a Title IX ESPN. They have to have a certain number. Is that what you're saying?
I respect Doris Burke and how she calls basketball. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. There's that. There's our Doris Burke segment. I've heard she was awful tonight, is what I've heard.
She was.
And I've-
It was
and
really bad.
I've been
She
telling
has
people
some real
that
bad takes.
I've been telling people that the reason the get-in price for the games have been so much higher this year is because people see Doris Burke on the call and they'll overpay to go watch the game so they don't have to listen to her on the TV broadcast.
Listen, it was cringe. It was cringe.
When looking at this game, one good solid win, double-digit win in the playoffs. You're never going to apologize for that. I don't know how we can start anywhere else but Jalen Williams.
The good news is, if you want to look at it from a different light, it's not the hamstring, it's not a re-injury of his right hamstring, from what we understand, right?
And the Thunder
it's-
aren't going to tell us anything.
No. But there was like apparently on Twitter people were talking about how when he got hurt he was pointing at his left hamstring and like mouthed left or something, which I'm no lip reader so I don't really know, but it's not his right hamstring, right? Don't you feel like that's at least a little positive? The news stinks, right?
It sucked the air out of that place when people started realizing he went to the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they talk about it on the
After the series.
broadcast, Jack?
No, they did not. They did not comment on it. They said it once or twice, or I guess I just contradicted myself. They did comment on it. After my buddies and I were watching it, we saw them working on the bench on the hammy, and then we never saw them again. And they did not talk about it.
Yeah.
My hope it's that it's an abundance of caution.
Because we were up 20 plus when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we went on the 23-10 run by the
Yeah,
Suns.
I couldn't find that. What was that? Was that a 23-7 run by the
23-10. We got outscored in the third.
in the fourth?
To start the fourth.
Start the fourth. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Because we
just-
had 100 points going into the fourth, and halfway through we looked up and we were like, we've scored like 6 points in this quarter. And Dub was a huge reason why I think we weren't scoring. I mean, that's the thing.
That's his unit.
Anytime we play the Phoenix Suns, he hurt his wrist against them last game of the regular season. He re-aggravated his hamstring after scoring 28 points in 3 quarters in Phoenix, and then this tonight. And we talked about it on the post-game pod on game 1. Up until he left, he was the best player on the court again, in my opinion. And I don't think that's a crazy take. I mean, he had 19 points. He was a plus 17 in the box score, which plus minus whatever. But 19 points on 7 of 11 shooting. He hit 2 threes again, 4 assists, a rebound, a steal. He just was in control whenever the team kind of feels like they are coasting a little bit. Like, I think it was a huge reason why the Suns kind of got back into it in that fourth quarter is Dub's kind of the Energizer bunny when it comes to stuff like this. And
Yeah, he was hitting
get a
his threes
steal.
tonight too, which does not hurt.
And you
Yeah.
also feel like we just lose it on defense. Like his ability to play like Dylan Brooks as well as he plays like the big down low, you lose that versatility, and all of a sudden we were just floundering. As soon as it was like a realization they weren't going to have J-Dub, it just felt like we could not.
We were
get the
holding on for
train-
dear life.
We could not get the train back on the tracks. I mean,
Well,
but,
Dylan Brooks
that's
ended
how
up with
important
30
it is.
points.
Yeah, but he was throwing up bombs.
Prayers.
I mean, his shot might be the ugliest shot I've ever seen. I mean, that fall through is so bad.
This is one
But
for
it
the
goes
the
in, so
Miami
game
folks.
recognized game.
I liken it to Emily Carden shooting threes back when we were
Throwback to
little.
Miami Dog Dome days.
Yeah. So
I think it's a bit of a Sean Marion-esque
I
shot.
like that take. Hey, I'm going to point out something that I learned tonight from my friend at the Nolan pointed out tonight that AJ Mitchell is the overall top on-ball defender in the league per advanced statistics. Did you know that?
In what way?
and
So
what
we didn't
statistic?
talk about the exact statistics, but we went
Sounds
on
like
Twitter
Doris Burke.
and we found out that AJ Mitchell in all the NBA is the number 1 on-ball defender in the NBA. We were talking about who our best defenders are, and you got to throw AJ Mitchell in there.
I agree. I like what he does. Like his ability to switch is a big reason he's playing all these minutes. We know that Mark loves defense. So I think you're spot on, Nolan and Jack.
Well, and he had some big shots tonight. I mean, he had a couple of what did he end up with? I think it was this is good podcasting. 14. He had
1 of
14
5
points.
from 3.
And he was the number 1 on-ball defender tonight.
And he
According to
was-
stats. According to
a
stats.
stat.
But no, there was a moment, the first time the Suns cut it to 10, we call timeout, and Shea makes the right read and gets it to AJ in the corner, and he drains a 3. And it was kind of just like this, like, all right,
That was huge.
let's chill out a little bit. Phoenix still kept it like they never got closer than 10, so it never got like super nerve-wracking. Everyone was still kind of processing the Dub news more so than like actually stressed about the game, in my opinion.
I was
Well, Chris
stressed
was
about the
texting
game.
me when he could start getting
I
nervous.
said,
And
when
I was
can
like,
I
what are you
start to
talking?
get nervous?
I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, they brought it to 10. We
Listen,
had it at
I'm nervous
26
if-
at one point.
Chris, I'm nervous if my team's up 40. I'm nervous if in the playoffs, Ben sent me an Instagram meme the other day. It was like, everyone's like, oh, my team missed the playoffs. And there's like me watching my team. That is so true. I think the number 8 seed can beat us. I think anyone can beat us, even if we're up by 40.
That's NBA basketball, Jack.
We were up,
I
we
think you're
were up
spot on.
40 in the third quarter against the Nuggets, like game 2 last year. And Chris was like, I'm still nervous. And
I
like
was.
they had already called off the dogs, like sat everybody. Like it was like, oh, buddy.
It was the game. It was the second game because we sold for some reason. We sold that game.
You
so
sold
I
him
wasn't
before
at
the
game.
series started. You were feeling real confident. And I remember you being like, I regret this decision.
Yeah, because we went to the game, we lost, and then I didn't go to the game. We blew them out. So, but
no, with this dub news, you talk about AJ Mitchell, his defense, the clutch shooting, his on-ball creation. He becomes massive over, especially to me, the biggest takeaway with this dub injury news is one, in San Antonio being on the other side of the bracket makes this very bearable, even if it is a multi-week thing. Not to
We got
say
two
that
more
you
games. We got 2 more games.
I know. And maybe more. I mean, Phoenix, if they shoot like that and we don't play well, they could steal one in Phoenix. I mean,
Technically,
But-
we got 14.
14 to go to win a championship. But the reason like we talked about it, it's like the reason you play your best to try to go get that 1 seed and make the regular season matter is to set yourself up with the most potentially stress-free route to the finals if you're able to execute and perform. Denver winning that game against San Antonio, jumping them to the 3 seed, and now you have the Spurs and Nuggets on the other side. Jack, I don't know if you've watched the Houston and Lakers games, and Chris, we've texted a little bit about it.
No, I've been in bed.
I don't blame you for that because they have been
They
horrible games.
stink.
Horrible
The
games.
Rockets stink. How are they the 4th seed or 5 seed? Like,
And
they
they're
are
losing
bad.
without Luka and Austin Reeves. And
Yeah.
so you set up this route that you can handle Phoenix without Jalen Williams. I even think you can handle the next series without Jalen Williams. Best case scenario to me is you're able to find a way to win in 4 or 5 against Phoenix. You go on to this Lakers or Rockets series. You want that series to go as long as possible to push back the start of yours.
Agree to disagree. Oh wait, I don't want any of our series to go.
No.
longer.
You
You're
want
saying you want okay.
Rockets
sorry.
Lakers, the
Misunderstanding.
Rockets Lakers to push back as far as you can. So then you start that series, and I feel good about them winning against either of those teams, even if Luka and Reeves are healthy, whatever it might be. I just think we match up well with either of them.
Mhm.
The best case scenario to me is Dub misses the rest of this round and comes back like halfway through the next series. That's
I mean,
kind of
truly
what
the best
I've
case scenario is he's not hurt and he plays the next game.
Yeah, I think he
That
sits
is-
out the rest of the series. in
for
my
sure.
opinion.
I don't think he's playing game 3.
Yeah.
Which
Lock
it
stinks.
in.
Put it
He
in your
plays well,
parlay.
and like you said, in Phoenix, he plays well. He's from
Well, he's
there.
from Arizona. But it is nice too that it's we don't play till Saturday, so there is a bit of a break, and then it's a turnaround, and I think it's Monday night would be game 4
It would be.
Mhm.
It'd be at 8:30. We love
p.m.
those.
Love those, and I'll be on the Big Island, so it'd be perfect.
Whoa! What? Wait, you missed the
Aloha.
time. What time is that?
It's a
8:30.
It's a 5-hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys? I hate to be I mean, you can call this, my guest segment, Fun Fact Jack. But
Fun fact, Jack.
did you also know that LeBron James is 24-0 when leading a series 2-0? So
You're saying
So
we're
what
playing
you-
the Lakers?
I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I put. There's rumors tonight going around that something happened, but
Can neither confirm nor deny.
So I want to talk about why. Do you guys think we can play Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso in this series? They've both been so when their offense isn't clicking, maybe not Alex Caruso to this extent, but when Jalen Williams, his offense isn't clicking, he has not played positive minutes, I feel like.
Jack, what do you think?
I didn't really see an impact. I didn't think he didn't pop on my brain. I didn't see him hit any threes. He was shooting 50% before the playoffs, and he hasn't made a playoff 3 yet. So that's another fun fact. It's
That
not
one's
fun,
not
actually.
fun.
That's a bad fact. But if you think about it, the law of averages.
Sure.
Next game, he's probably
He's
going
gonna
to
hit a bunch.
100%.
I
That'd
don't
be
disagree
awesome.
with that, but he's definitely been a playoff dropper. I mean, he played great against Denver last year. That was a major thing. But if he's playing well, it's incredibly hard to beat this Thunder team because when
Right.
he's running with the second unit and playmaking, shooting, I mean, it opens so many things up. I still
He
think
also rebounds good.
he's maybe our best rebounder outside of Hartenstein.
He's a really cool rebounder for sure.
Did you also know that the Suns didn't have an offensive rebound until the fourth quarter tonight. That's pretty impressive from a poor rebounding team as we are.
I did not know that, actually.
They had 15 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter, as that speaks volumes.
Maybe it was third, but they did not have a single offensive rebound until the third.
Okay.
Let's see. What did we shot 14 of 40 tonight, 35%. They went 11 of 31, 35%. But
we need Alex Caruso and Jalen Williams, Jay Will, to play better. Alex Caruso had a wide open layup when we were up 13 before they cut it to 10, and he passed out.
He passed it to Chet, who traveled.
I know. It's just like, just go score.
It's like he's trying to do the perfect play instead of just the right play.
Well, I think
he's in his head right now.
I think Jack's right. I think he's in his head, and his offense is just like, he needs to figure.
He's got one extra layer of skin. We got to get the ball we got to go another. Get out of your head. Let the full ballness come out.
That there's something to that, I think. But yeah, he's someone that it's so interesting. The first two games, 82 games. I would say it's less than maybe 3 games that he was the first player off the bench in the regular season, and both games in this series, he's far and away an early sub in the playoffs, first one off the bench. And tonight, he came in, immediately got a steal. The crowd loved it. It was nuts. After that, at the end of the fourth quarter, he kind of got benched for Kaysen. We pulled Caruso.
He just couldn't stay with Devin Booker or whoever he was guarding. I can't remember. Was it Devin Booker or Jalen Green? Just couldn't stay in front of him.
That's a luxury that very few have. But when I say very few, maybe just the Thunder have. That it's like, oh, Caruso doesn't have it right now. Here's the guy who got 7th in Defensive Player of the Year voting, Kaysen Wallace, to pair with Dort, who's already out there. If Dub's healthy, we've talked about it a lot. I mean, the versatility there is insane.
You also got Wiggins on the bench if they start slacking.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see Wiggins next game.
We could see that, especially with the Dub. We'll see how that goes with Dub. But Caruso's somebody
You're putting Queso in for him, right?
Queso in for Dub in the lineup.
If he doesn't play.
Or AJ.
Yeah, I forgot about
start AJ.
Number one.
Start Isaiah Joe again. Return to the Dallas series.
Yeah, well, Joe sucks in the starting lineup.
Remember when we took a boys trip down to Dallas, fellas?
Honestly, top tier trip outside of the game.
We almost got into a fight.
Yeah, well, people were looking at me funny.
Luckily,
we almost didn't get in a fight. Ben almost
got into a fight
until Chris started walking after that one guy because he was yelling at us and talking a bunch of mess. And Chris was like, "Say it to my face." And just started walking towards him, and the guy kind of ran away like Chris was going to try to fight him.
No, the guy was he was walking with his mom and his girlfriend, or maybe not his girlfriend, but
it was probably a girl he was courting for sure.
But he was like, "Why don't you come over and say it to me?" So I turned around and started walking across the street, and his mom and his girlfriend tucked their tails and dragged him away.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna
go. Anything to do with Triple O?
I mean,
Chris probably was gonna walk.
I'm a bigger guy, so he's
hand.
probably just yeah. I'll be like, "What are you saying to me?" I would pretend I can't hear him. That's my move. What?
It's a great move.
What
was that?
That was a fun trip.
But no, Caruso, he's struggling right now. Got benched for Kaysen. You have the luxury that the Thunder have. I also, of all the players on this team, he's probably top 5 that I trust to figure it out over the course of as he calls a 16-game player. And so it is something that you want to change. I mean, we talked about it last year. We'll talk about it this year, depending on how it goes. If the Thunder have an average shooting playoffs or an average shooting game, they're basically impossible to beat with how they play.
What was our field goal percentage tonight?
And Shea started 1 of 5 and ended 13 of 25.
With only 4 or 5 free throws?
9.
Ooh, he got
9 free throws.
Well, he had 3.
Well, I think he obviously at the end of the game
he was getting fouled and techs. Yes, so there we go. We're defending the free throw merchant that is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, according to Doris Burke.
As we should. Right. Another stat I was encouraged by, I like that Isaiah Joe got up 7 shots, 7 threes.
He hit two in less than and he hit his first 2, and I think he had the ball for about 5 seconds total and made the 2, and then cold.
Yeah, still, he's a good enough shooter, regardless of his percentage that game. You have to guard him because he can, like Ben said, hit 2 in 5 seconds. And so it's nice to see him get up 7. Lou got up 7, made 3. So.
No. Yeah.
I was encouraged.
Great. First 2 going in. You also know what also is true in life: death, taxes, and Lugens Dort shooting the first shot of the game in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Every freaking time, man.
I love it. That's my barometer. I'll look to Grace. It's usually if he makes 2 of his first 3, you know it's going to be a Lou Dort night where he's just going to shoot the ball a shit ton. But so him doing that and then only taking 4 more, you still feel
He
pretty
hit
good
2
about
in a
that.
row, and I mean,
we need that. We need people to step up and hit shots.
he's
And they-
unafraid.
He's
They
not
did.
afraid of the moment. I think that's the biggest thing.
Sure.
Question.
Yes, Jack.
Answer.
Did you guys, so watching the broadcast, I don't know if you saw this on the court, or saw it on Twitter afterwards. Did Shea flip off Dylan Brooks or not?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. It's like he was like trying to like point at him.
Watching it live, I thought he was.
Live, I
like-
said, that is cold. But
He's,
then
like,
watching
pointing
it
at
back,
him
it was like like
his
Peter
finger
Parker
out.
spider.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to
I
be
haven't
honest.
seen
I
anything
got-
official, but I kind of hope he did.
ESPN kept showing it, and every time, so the first time they showed it, I was like, he 100% flipped him off. The second time, he flipped him off. Third time, nah. Fourth time, I was like, yeah, that's just,
Well, he always does the like especially at end of games, he'll do the thing where he does the like thumb, like get him out of here, like it's time to go. And I think
Dude.
that's what he was doing. But for some reason, it looked like it was a middle finger.
I don't want to do it live, but it was.
Well, he was like doing something.
Close.
He was like pointing at Dylan Brooks, but his middle finger was up, and it was like, yeah, you're right. There's like a Spider-Man meme.
See, you're flipping me off right now.
No, look. Look. My finger's out, and I'm pointing at you. That's what he did. I'm protecting my guy.
I'm just saying,
I'll go to the
I'm-
trenches for my guy, Jack. That's
Bro.
what I'm trying to do.
I'm protecting my guy because that is cold. To look at the countryman and say,
It was also
I'm
like the
gonna-
first quarter. Like it wasn't like it was late either. He was like, I'm setting the tone. Well, it didn't work because Brooks had 30 points afterwards.
yeah, but he was jacking it up.
See,
Jack would know.
we want Brooks to shoot a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Tonight he just happened to make them, right? And we still
And they
won
still
by
lost.
13.
Yeah.
Did not
What's-
cover
what's-
the
what's the
largest
problem?
spread in NBA playoff history tonight, boy.
Did it close at 17 and a half? Is that what it
It was
was?
at 19 and a half, and then it moved to 17 and a half this morning, and it was still the largest NBA playoff spread in history. Fun fact, Jack.
I love
That's true.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Fun fact,
That's my
Jack.
fun fact, Jack.
Yeah, no, that's a fun fact. I mean, it is. Bottom line.
Don't check it though. I don't want you
No,
guys
that's
to look.
true. I know it's true. I saw it too.
And if you
I mean, we talked about this last game. Phoenix again scored with just 3 players. I mean, Royce O'Neal had 4 of 5 from 3.
He had like
But-
11 at halftime. So
Yeah, but allowing just those guys, they're the way they play is like they ISO everything, and then they were able to spray more to the corners. But
I think
still,
that's their tactic tonight. Like their tactic was like, if we try to move the ball a lot, we can't keep up and match up with the physicality and the athleticism of the Oklahoma City defense. So I think they were trying to like make our defense stagnant almost by their offense being a little stagnant.
well, I also
Dang,
noticed that they
Ben,
were trying to
when
push.
you're gonna coach the league, bro.
I noticed that they were trying to push the ball up more. They weren't trying to play as much half court offense.
Yeah.
They felt like they were like trying to get the ball and go, which I have noticed this year tends to be our little bugaboo. That if we're not like truly locked in, it does hurt us a little bit. So
Is that
smart
Greg
on them.
Popovich in the background next to the photo of us three? That's a nice photo.
That is
Sorry.
Greggy Pop. That
I
is
like
Greggy
Greg
Pop.
Popovich. I liked him a lot when I was
Yeah,
growing
he's-
up. Him
Sorry,
and Tim
I
Duncan.
just thought we don't got to digress.
I have a
about that
Russ one up
bandstand.
there.
I'm just saying, you're doing great with decoration. Sorry.
Thanks,
Good night.
buddy.
Good note. One person I want to shout out, and he had a great game 1. The box score didn't show it because of the blowout, but honestly, I felt maybe even more of a sense of calmness when he checked back in the fourth quarter, even more than when Shea did. Was Chet. I
He
thought
was
Chet.
awesome.
That stretch of blocks in it was either early fourth or late third, where he got like 3 in one possession. Just there's one other player in the league that can do that, and he knocked himself out cold last night, bouncing his head
He
on.
who shall not be named.
Yes.
Ribble
And-
his head off the ground.
I mean, he shot 3 of 6
Oink.
from 3. 4 blocks, like I said, 8 rebounds, 19 points.
54% from 3. That's OD Hangpools.
That is OD Hangpools. That's a good quote there, Jack. Good pulling that out of the archives. But no, Shea said it again after the game. Ever since Chet got on this roster, the Oklahoma City Thunder have been the 1 seed in the West, and that's not a coincidence. And I thought he was phenomenal tonight. Outside of, like, I think Shea took over late. I mean, he ended up, we haven't even talked about him really. Like, he had 37 points and 9 assists with 5 boards. Like, phenomenal game.
Got his easy one. Casual.
Well, he made his last couple free throws, and I was like, that is such a quiet 37 points. Like, I did not process that he had 37, but he was phenomenal. I thought Dub was the best player to start, as I said, before he got hurt. And then Shea took over late, and I thought Chet was just steady throughout and really kind of, I mean, the Suns don't have an answer for him. Very few do, especially with how we use him, but they don't have anyone that can guard Chet. Whoever they think might be able to guard Chet has to go guard Shea or Dub or whoever it might be. So Chet's
Who's
just
their center that's hurt? Williams?
Mark Williams.
But they're now saying that he's like maybe not going to play the whole series.
Yeah, which is like, why is he questionable then?
Yeah.
What about Grayson Allen? Is he popping
they're doing
back
this Grayson Allen thing too, where he just like suits up and they say he's going to play and he doesn't play.
Yeah, like it shows that he just got a DNP coach's decision. Like, he was out there, but
so he must be real bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
what
maybe
was
it's
wrong?
like a
Did he have
strategy
surgery?
thing.
Did he have surgery, Grayson Allen?
Let me see. It's a hamstring. So, because it says like
know that all too well.
So on the player news,
look at you go.
The 10-minute version?
No, I don't do that.
So on his player profile on NBA.com, the last 4 updates: game time decision for game 1, available to play in game 1. He did not play. Questionable for Wednesday game 2. In the most recent one, good to go Wednesday for game 2, and he did not play in either of those games.
I think they're trying to get in our heads, guys, and we're not letting them.
No, it's like a vault, baby, locked down.
Mm-hmm.
But
baby, lock them door and turn the lights down low.
Hey, yo.
This is Ball Talk After Dark.
After dark.
Hey, yo.
Trying to serenade.
Ladies.
Please.
So, guys, before we get out of here, let me ask you a couple questions real quick. First off, easy one. Thunder up 2-0. Is this a sweep? Is this 5 games? What are your thoughts on the rest of the series?
I want us in 5.
Chris?
I think they're going to steal one.
We're going to get their best shot. We saw it last year versus Memphis, where they gave us their best shot. They got up by 20 at home.
It was 30.
Shot. They got up by 30 at home. So you're like, okay, like, we're going to get their best shot. They're feeling energized at home. So
we're also due for a Devin Booker 40 burger.
Just don't think he has it in him anymore.
Not in the role that
in the corner
plays.
tonight, not wanting the ball.
Yeah,
they run a lot of stuff through Green and Brooks, and it's weird.
But
he needs a point guard next to him. He doesn't need to be the main guy. He can be the main guy, but he can't be the guy running offense. He needs someone to set him up. That's why he was so good with Chris Paul.
Yeah, I think so. I like Jack 5 games. They might get one, but as long as we split in Phoenix, I feel good about it being 5.
I definitely think if you win game 3, it's a sweep.
Yes, I think it's a swing game.
But if I'm a betting man, I'd probably go 5. It's super hard to sweep someone.
9.5 point favorites on Saturday in the initial line. Not that I look actively, but that is the line.
But yeah, I think it's just hard to sweep. If you win game 3, you feel really good about it. 5 is the easy answer, but we'll see how it goes. I don't think we see Dub the rest of the series either. I'll ask you guys that. Do you think so?
Get him out. Let him heal.
That's fair. Okay.
Unless it goes to 6, keep him out. I'm going to be honest. I think we're going to sweep them. I want the boys to get another playoff shirt.
That's fair.
I don't really care about it.
I got my own right shirts. Yeah. My wife makes some sick
a good quilt.
Love a good quilt.
And
my wife loves a good hobby. So.
and Ben loves doing, helping his wife out with playoff shirts.
Exactly.
Husband of the year.
Here's a little plug. If anybody wants a t-shirt quilt, I know somebody. So just get in touch with me. I can hook you up.
It's his wife, guys.
It's my wife, but let me ask you, last thing before we head out. There are only 3 series that are 2-0 right now. We are the only top 3 seed in either conference that is up 2. Obviously, the Lakers are up 2-0, and then the Nuggets and Wolves are tied 1-1. Spurs Blazers tied 1-1. The East we don't have to worry about right now. The Cavs and Raptors are the only 2-0 series, and every other series is tied 1-1 there. What are your general vibes on this Western Conference and how you think it might play out over the next couple of the rest of the series is currently going on, and what might, like, who's your Western Conference Finals right now?
Well, I don't know who my Western Conference Finals is, but I thought it'd be really funny if after all this belly aching about getting the 1 seeds that we don't have to face, or we only have to face Denver or San Antonio, that San Antonio loses and Denver loses. And we end up just playing like the Wolves again in the conference finals. Like after all that belly aching, that'd be the funniest outcome.
Wait, they're both 1-1.
No, I think the Wolves could give the Nuggets some trouble, but I still think the Nuggets win in 6.
You said 5 after the last game, so
well, they lost, so now I'm going to adjust.
Give them another game.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Spurs sweep. I got Spurs in 6 or 7.
It depends on Wemby.
Yeah.
That all depends on Wemby.
I mean, if the Blazers come out and beat the Spurs and it's 2-1 Blazers, Wemby's playing game 4. It's 2-2 going back to San Antonio. No.
If he plays game 3, it would be unprecedented. Like
did you see the way his head bounced off the floor?
No, I didn't. But I lost my teeth 3 times playing basketball, and I played the next day.
Did miss a game.
And he gets paid millions of dollars. So lock in. If you want the chip, get the chip. I'm tired of all this, like, oh, I have a concussion. I turned out fine.
Jack's calling Wemby soft on Ball Talk.
Yeah. Wemby, I am directly calling you out. 1-on-1. Me versus you. You got me by 1.5 feet, but
we'll live stream it on the Ball Talk YouTube page. That'd do some numbers.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Numbies.
So, what is it?
Jack Osborne plays Victor Wembanyama 1-on-1. First to 11. I start at 10 with the ball. Who's winning?
It's Wemby, bro.
I think Wemby wins.
I don't think you could dribble 3 times.
Points.
So I start at 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, it's score that first time or lose.
Right.
Yes.
So let's say I did it 10 times. If he beat, do you think I could beat him if I had that opportunity 10 times?
No.
Is he okay? Let me ask you this:
Is he knocked out?
He's concussed. He's concussed.
Is he out? Does he hand you the ball, or is it like he's gonna come from under the basket? You know,
All-star
like
defense. All-star defense.
No, I think you're 0-10, buddy.
Check up. I mean, respect. That's why I love you guys. You call it
think
as
you're
it is
0-10.
because I just thought it was something to
consider. We keep it real here on the Ball Talk.
I'll consider it.
That's where my mind goes sometimes.
We'll see how he looks after coming back from this concussion. That'll tell us a lot about.
We can review it after that. Maybe 1 out of 10.
We'll circle back to this, and it also depends on if Jack's wearing his camo Shea shoes, because then we wouldn't be able to see him.
I'm wearing this jersey that my brother got me for graduation until we lose.
Hey, are you guys matching dubs?
We are.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 dubs make a wrong. 2 dubs make a bad hamstring.
That's nice. But to answer your question, Ben, I think it's still going to be us and the Nuggets. It's been interesting to me that the Spurs are playing in their first series, and you can see some of like De'Aaron Fox not coming up clutch. Stephen Castle missed a couple shots down the stretch. You know what I mean? So I that youthness is something that I think Denver can really take advantage of with.
If they could get through Minnesota.
If they beat Minnesota, that's a huge point. And then it's not, honestly, the San Antonio Wolves series and going at Wembanyama and Stephen Castle for 2 weeks would be awesome.
Yeah, imagine Doris Burke calling that American versus I guess we're on the same side. Never mind.
Doris Burke calling anything is a wild card. You never know what you're going to get.
My take is I want the Spurs. We got to take the Spurs out in the Western Conference Finals.
I also would love to play the Spurs as all right, there are levels to this, little boy.
You beat us 3 times in the regular season like Dallas did that one year, but we got your number.
Mm-hmm. They don't hang banners for taking 4 or 5.
San Antonio would. Just ask Charles Barkley. They hang banners down there for just about everything.
Charles Barkley just talking about them big old women down in San Antonio.
And them churros.
He's like, I'd like to apologize to the women of San Antonio.
She's from Dallas.
They flew her in from Dallas. She ain't from San Antonio. Man, he's an all-time. I'm glad Inside the NBA is back, but every once in a while my TikTok will randomly show like Chuck's top 5 moments, and I watch it every time. I watch it every time. But I agree.
Jack, who is your Western Conference Finals?
Sure. They be talking.
The regular season matters.
I want Luka and Reeves to come back and we kick their butt. I want Wemby to not be concussed. I want him to have all of his teeth, and I want to kick his butt. And then I want Jason Tatum in the finals, OKC in 6.
Do you want to know what's not fluky? Diamonds in those rings.
The Larry O'Brien trophy?
That ain't fluky either. None of that is fluky. Yeah, I would love to just take on the Spurs, knock them out. I also was thinking about this walking out when I was down about Dub, and I was like, man, Shea wins in it. What Shea goes and finds a way to still win this championship, and let's say Dub doesn't play again. Like, I was like, Shea can do this. I was like, if Shea does this, he'd rewrite every narrative about him. Not that he cares and not that he needs to, but it would be one of the craziest runs from an individual in the playoffs. And he might still do it. You never know. And I still like I said, or like Chris kind of mentioned, I do think there's a level of caution with Dub. I don't think like he didn't walk immediately back to the locker room. You know, like he went to the bench first and they worked on it and they took him back. Mark said that he was kind of like joking with everybody in the locker room afterwards. For all of you Thunder fans, one of the last things I'll let you know, the best way to figure out how Dub's feeling is to follow him on Instagram, because he posts some very vague, cryptic Instagram stories about how he's feeling. So
I love that.
There's where you get your Dub updates, because it won't be from the Thunder.
I swipe up and DM him and ask him. Just tell me, man.
Hey, man, how is it?
Be honest with me. You down bad or you up good?
Because I think the next injury report we will get will be 5 p.m. on Friday, because it comes out the day before the game. So we will honestly.
He's not playing.
He won't be playing, but we'll see, like, do they say, like, it's a strain? Do they just say it's, like, injury mate? Like, how they word it will be about all that we get. The worst-case scenario is Shams tweets out something about him.
Yeah. Hot take, it's going to be game time decision, hamstring.
For
Friday's report.
Mind games.
Game time decision, hamstring.
He goes full Grayson Allen?
Yeah, and he's not going to play.
I definitely don't think he's playing, but, yeah, we'll see. But with that, guys, anything else on tonight's game before we head out?
That's my bedtime. Drugs got to be sold tomorrow.
Drugs got to be sold. Jack, appreciate you hopping on. We'll do this again. We'll have to figure out the next one that we do. I will not be here, so we'll have to figure that out. It might be you two boys riding, just the two of you.
Dude, that'd probably get 100 views because of how handsome we are.
Because everyone, we got a lot of Ben haters online.
Yeah,
we're just going to sit here and talk about Ben.
In negative ways.
Some positive, some positive. Un poquito.
Hey, what means something to one person might mean something else to another. Who knows if it's positive or negative. But yeah, so we'll be back Saturday. And by we, I mean Chris and maybe Jack. And we're still taking applications for hosts over the next couple months.
Still have not received.
So if you're
one
listening
in
to
the
this
mail.
and you want to join, let them know, boys.
Mm-hmm.
You could be
Maybe
like
we'll
me. I got picked.
Show. Maybe we'll have a call-in show.
Maybe. And also, lastly, do not forget, if this video and podcast does 40 plus plays, Jack will be buying.
Wait. I thought it was you guys average 40 normally.
No.
Right now, it's an average of like 25 or 30.
Okay, so 60. If it gets to 60.
No, just buy the shoes.
Buy the shoes.
All
Why
right,
are
if
we
it gets
doing
to
this?
50, I'll buy the shoes. I'm trying to get you guys some views.
Okay.
This podcast, in a year, you're going to look back and say, wow, this
is the moment.
Like,
this is the moment.
Jack put the people on edge. Dang, I just referred to myself in the third person. Cut that out.
Honestly, Jack, the best thing you could do is say, if this does 100 plays, you'll buy someone else.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Ooh.
I'll say it. Jack will buy, if this gets 100 views, Jack will buy 2 pairs of the Shays and give one away.
And we'll
on
auction it
Saturday's
off to the
show.
number one Ball Talk fan.
No. It's a giveaway. You're not getting any of that money back.
No, I wanted to go to the Ball Talk fam.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll do
correct.
it on Saturday.
Yeah, because it has to be by Saturday.
Yeah, I'm in. So I'll buy myself a pair if it doubles. And if it gets to 100, I'll buy a lucky viewer.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
There we
Jack
go.
sacrificing for the pod.
And we'll work something out with him that he doesn't have to carry the weight of
If
both.
people actually lasted this long.
I mean, we'll talk.
We'll crunch through the details offline.
We'll connect offline. Let's get off teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But with that, appreciate Chris and Jack for hopping on late. We appreciate everybody for listening, and we will be back Saturday after Game 3, and we'll talk to you then. See ya.
All night long. Party, party, we like to party, party, party all night long.